Negative 43 on your UHF dial. We are KUNT-TV, Sneedville, Purgatory.
Hello again, Sneedville. I'm Rich Baritone, and welcome to Analysis Today on Negative 43 TV. Well, we know why Tyree Sneed recently went silent for 3 weeks. Sybil, starving for attention, drama, bad sex, and the disapproval of friends and family, decided to give Sneed an out after the 2-month catfishing misadventure in Minneapolis, moving him into its Section 8 apartment. It, of course, did not go well at all, and we together are going to break down Sybil's deleted stream. As you are about to hear, the definition of insanity is not doing the same thing over and over expecting a different result. The definition of insanity is Tyree Sneed and Sybil. Before we begin, I would like to thank Dutchie for capturing this deleted stream. If you aren't subscribed to Dutchie, you can do that by, as it is said, clicking the card in the upper right-hand corner. Having said that, let's go.
What I will say is only believe half of what you hear, because truth is there. I would never stoop to that person's level to come on here and insult them.
The first thing I would say is that there is no high road for you to take here. There isn't. Why should Sybil give Tyree Sneed a free hand to shit on it? It's not going to stoop to his level, but it will bend over for him. Oh God, I can smell it in my mind.
Down to great detail. I don't move like that. And just one last thing, you said I lied.
Sybil says that as if it didn't lie, but...
Right, you told me to lie.
It lied. It just lied about not lying. This is what chronic liars do.
You told me to lie to the law.
Hiding from the cops is not gangsta. It is, by Sneed's own definition, pussy. This proves Sneed's claims of standing the police down on multiple occasions is straight bullshit. But you already knew that.
So yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say on that.
No, it isn't.
I just don't need any trouble, basically.
So why did it let this hobo into its house? Trouble is baked into Tyree Sneed, same as it's baked into Sybil. The two of them thrive on it. It's a shitty way to live.
So just to that one person, and you know who you are, and I'm sure you're watching, I would never come up here and say anything vulgar the way you did about me, okay? There were good times.
Good times? With Sneed? If that was true, Sybil would tell her audience what those, quote, good times, end quote, were. It deserves to be miserable. It's what makes it happy.
It was all over me just wanting to do an upload video. That's how things went south on that Friday. Come on now. And you wanted me to lie to the officers of the law that my cousin called. I should have never told her that you and I had a fight, because she took it literally.
Its cousin is aware of the history between these two and called the police out of an abundance of caution. It would be reasonable to ask why its cousin would even care at this point. It could be that its cousin didn't want it on her conscience if Tyree beat it. It's the only thing I can think of. And her cousin is just as disgusted with this whole thing as Sneedville is. She has to be.
So I was just as shocked and surprised as you were. You cannot believe me, or you can, it don't matter. Point is, you wanted me to lie to them, and I did. And they found out.
So the cops figured out that Tyree was there. Apparently, Sybil's not a good liar in person. Guess practice doesn't make perfect after all.
To avoid any more serious trouble, I decided it was just in your best interest and mine that you go. Because I don't need that on my plate. I don't need that in my life.
You do need that in your life, though. It's the only reason it would do something this stupid. It's worse than Sneed is.
Up until then, everything was good. Everything was fine.
Bullshit.
So yeah, but I would never think to talk vulgar about you at all. So why you feel a need you have to, it's fine. Because you do it all the time. It's good.
Sybil has said Sneed doesn't know how to, shall I say, service a woman orally in graphic terms in the past. You have spoken about Tyree Sneed in very vulgar terms. Sybil can't say it would never talk about Sneed in such a way because you have. Bitch.
So you're in a good place, I'm in a good place, everything is good. So I won't talk about you, you don't talk about me.
In a good place? Sybil's multiple personalities are giving it great difficulty at this time, and Tyree Sneed is hungry and homeless, hated by everyone he comes in contact with. Sybil has a really fucked up concept of what a, quote, good place, end quote, is, having never been in one by its own doing.
That's what exes do. They don't talk about each other, and that's it.
Exes do talk about each other. Sybil's doing it right now. Obtuse much?
Yeah, I know he will, but there's got to be a time and a place when it just becomes too, I don't know.
Sybil pauses for 3 seconds searching for the right word and comes up with, I don't know. And yes, Sneed will continue to rag on it despite the fact that Sybil is, in all likelihood, still sending him money. Sybil should be in the loony bin.
Like there's other things to talk about, but that's on them. I guess I should say in general, some people.
With Sybil, there is nothing else to talk about with the exception of the pointless drama it constantly creates for itself.
Last time I spoke to him was Saturday the 21st. I have not reached out to him, nothing, he's blocked. And that's the way it's gonna stay.
No, it's not going to stay that way. It keeps doing this because it enjoys being in danger and getting negative attention. Absolutely sick.
I'm not gonna be lying to the police. And my cousin took it upon herself to call them over because she was worried. I didn't do that. So again, you had me lie to the police and I didn't want to get into any kind of trouble. So of course I'm gonna start freaking out.
Sybil loved the drama of the whole situation. That Friday was one of the best days of its life.
Yeah, we broke up Saturday. He was back by me for 3 weeks.
And that is why Sneed went quiet for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, Sybil was blowing a hobo. She couldn't say much at the time, what with Sneed's bent dick in her mouth. Slut.
Oh, and that's another thing here, since this is the only day I'm going to talk about it. I never asked you to pay my bills. When a roommate or a significant other moves in with somebody and signs the lease.
He signed a lease with you? I don't believe it.
Everything gets split down the middle. I've been paying rent my whole life, or if I lived with roommates, paid a certain portion of the bills and rent. All I was asking from you was $190 a month. That's not me asking you for all my bills, it's half.
Sybil acts surprised that Tyree Sneed would try to take advantage of it. It should know more than most that all Sneed does is take. He never intended to pay you a dime. And Sybil knew this. It also knew that an argument would result, giving Sybil an endorphin rush of misery. Two sad, sick people.
Half a cable, half a utilities, which you ran up the utility bill with long showers and me cooking for you on my gas stove.
I never, I say, thought I would hear that Tyree Sneed would be taking long showers. After all, soap is an Illuminati plot to get him to slip in the shower and take his own life. And the only reason cooking on a gas stove would, quote, run up, end quote, Sybil's utility bill is because Sybil never cooks, because Sybil never eats. And how much gas does it take to boil ramen noodles, for God's sake?
So don't say that I can't pay my bills. I'm currently caught up. Thank God with the sale of the van, I had extra to get all my rent and everything paid for next month.
If it is selling personal vehicles to catch up on its bills for the month, as it said, you are not doing well. You are barely hanging on. What happens next month when you don't have a van to sell? Sybil might have to go back to prostitution or something. It'll starve, of course, but Sybil's used to it.
So, yeah, I don't have anyone pay my bills. I just, when someone moves in, they pay for their share. It's only fair. I don't know, and it don't matter to me where he is.
Sybil knows exactly where he is, and the trillionaire Sneed doesn't have a dime. Sybil knew this. To paraphrase an old saying, you can't get blood out of a transient.
This will be the only day that I talk about it. This is the only day that I'm going to talk about it. So anybody have any questions, ask now, because hereafter, if I go live again, there will be no answering questions, nothing. It's done, it's over.
It is neither of those things. It was over, but Sybil had to tear the scab off because it needed the 2 Ds, dick and drama.
I've cut off all communication, but just know I'm not gonna go and say anything extremely hurtful and bad about you. Because the 3 weeks we were together, it was great.
Its idea of a great relationship is as twisted as Sybil is. Fucking a diagnosed madman does not a great relationship make. Having a quote, man, end quote, that refuses to pay bills is not a great relationship. Sybil wouldn't know a great relationship if it tore a mirror off of its fucking car.
Up until that Friday. I don't stoop to that immature level. I did in the past, but now it's different. So that's the truth, how it went down. It wasn't even that major. Over me just wanting to do a YouTube video, he thought I was putting his life in danger. I'm like, you're going live from my home, so that's you putting your life in danger.
Sybil is right here. Stunning. Sneed would in fact be, quote, putting his life in danger, end quote, just the same as Sybil would be by streaming from its house. Perfectly logical. Completely untrue, but logical.
I just wanted to do one Sky upload. Yeah, I don't really want to get too much into that. That's something you're dealing with that has nothing to do with me. But I came clean with you. I thought we were cool.
Think about how Sybil's spite-driven trip to Texas ended. Think about how the Green Bay Saga Part 1 ended. Things aren't cool between you two misbegotten rejects, and they have never been cool. Sybil only brought Sneed back to, again, spite trolls, friends, and family. It sucks. Bad.
And I told you that Sarah was not a man. She was indeed Sarah, a girl that actually exists, not a troll. And real quick, also to that person, I'm not with these other people, the main characters.
To not name Tyree Sneed when you were obviously talking about Tyree Sneed makes no sense. We all know what and who the subject is, and I can confirm that it is not affiliated with either Haters Inc. or Sneedville. We wouldn't have that slit.
You every time we break up, you would go back and say, I'm working with those people. No, I am not.
To repeat, we don't want this slit around.
I did at one time talk to them, yes, but not anymore. So you need to stop saying that I trolled for them or did anything for them with you. We had a full-fledged relationship.
A full-fledged relationship. Obviously, this is Sybil's delusion. Fucking the indigent is not a full-fledged relationship. It's Sybil being a slut.
Trolls don't meet you in real life. Trolls don't donate.
Trolls do donate, and they buy my merchandise too. There is a great deal of generosity in this community. It just doesn't extend to drifters. Or you, Sybil.
I did all that, above and beyond, and we actually met in person, full-scale relationship. Really?
Again, there is more to a relationship than anal sex and facials, waking up in the morning with your eyelashes matted shut by jizz. Being a hoe, it wouldn't know that, of course. Sybil doesn't know shit.
Really know at the end of the day, and it really don't matter. It don't matter.
Listening to this carbon-based life form's horrific grammar is really bothering me.
No, when officers showed up due to my cousin calling out of concern, I should have never lied to them and said you were not there, because that's what you told me to say. Tell them I'm not here. Yeah, that would put somebody in a panic if they caught you in a lie, and they did, and they weren't happy.
And that is why Sneed left. The police made him come out of hiding when Sybil cracked. The police talked to him, and it may well have been the police that suggested to Tyree Sneed that he should think about leaving town, as they are sick of answering possible domestic violence calls to Sybil's address, of which there have been several in the last year. GBPD knows who Tyree Sneed is. While he is far from a priority, Sneed has clearly been an irritant to the beat cops in Sybil's neighborhood, and they are as sick of his shit as we are.
But when you got dirty clothes in your closet, don't be going around judging other people. That's just not cool, but that's what you do.
It's skeletons. Skeletons in your closet, not dirty clothes. I don't know about you, but I've just about had enough of this bitch for one show.
Anywho, but yeah, I'm not going to get into any kind of trouble with the law for anybody. No, he didn't. He never spent thousands on me. It's the other way around.
This is true, and it's Sybil's fault. Bus tickets, motel rooms, commissary money when he was in the jail that he should still be in. All your fault, not Tyree's. It's not his fault for treating you like a dupe, because Sybil is a dupe. It's all on you.
I tried to tell him, but he shot me down real quick. But whatever. No, it was the other way around. I gave him a lot of money. The whole time he was here for these 3 weeks, it was hard to get $2 in quarters out of him to do laundry, his laundry.
Who needs quarters? Just make Daryl do it.
And then we went to a Chinese restaurant, and he bought one meal and we shared it, which was no big deal because I don't eat a lot anyways. Yeah.
You shared a meal because Tyree wouldn't pay for 2 meals. Sybil doesn't eat much because it is a long-term anorexic that has no doubt caused permanent damage to its heart and nervous system. That's why he calls you Skeletor, because you are.
Stop it, please, I beg you!
Yep, that's about all I can take for right now. I am Rich Baritone, and this has been Analysis Today on Negative 43 KUNT TV. And until the next time, I'll talk to you.